Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
An Illinois judge rules the portion of the Safety Act that would eliminate cash bail is unconstitutional. What this means for the provision just days before it's set to go into effect. A Rockford man sentenced to life for the murder of his ex-girlfriend dies in prison. Rayshawn Smith's cause of death has not been released. And Rockford residents may notice a mistake in their December water bills. The wrong return envelope made it into several mailboxes. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. Eric Wilson is off tonight. A portion of Illinois' Safety Act has been called into question. Kankakee County Chief Judge Thomas Cunningham posted the ruling in favor of state's attorneys in their fight against the Safety Act. The judge severed the cash bail provisions from the rest of the Safety Act. He declared the elimination of cash bail provisions unconstitutional. State's attorney involved in the case says this means the elimination of cash bail will not be implemented in the 9 counties that filed the suit. Other parts of the Safety Act were not struck down. The state is expected to immediately file an appeal to the Illinois Supreme Court. The 46-year-old man who killed his ex-girlfriend in Rockford earlier this year has died in prison. The Will County Coroner's Office and the Illinois Department of Corrections confirmed that Rayshawn Smith died on Christmas Day. Neither office has said how Smith died. Smith was transferred to Stateville Northern Reception and Classification Center near Joliet earlier this month. Smith pleaded guilty in October to first-degree murder in the death of 38-year-old Ashley Hardin. Her body was found July 23rd in Roscoe. Before Smith was arrested that day, he posted a chilling video on Facebook saying he, quote, did what he did because Hardin was dealing in deception. We now know the name of the man killed in a rural Winnebago County crash. Nathan Shockley died early Tuesday morning. A passerby reported seeing an SUV on the side of Sherland Road just east of Moody Road. It had crashed into a tree. First responders found the 38-year-old man behind the wheel. The Winnebago County coroner says he died from injuries suffered in the impact. It's not clear what led up to the crash. The Winnebago County Sheriff's Office is investigating. Belvidere police add their name to the list of departments trying to keep drivers safe this holiday weekend. They're offering free, safe rides home. The annual tradition is meant to keep drunk drivers off the streets. All free rides for this program will only be for rides home within the city limits of Belvidere. The program's available Saturday from 6 p.m. until Sunday at 6 a.m. The number is right there on your screen if you do need a ride. You can also find it on our website, mystateline.com. The Winnebago County Sheriff's Office is also offering its Safe Ride Home program. La Monica Beverages is funding it. Rides will be available between 10 p.m. Saturday and 3 a.m. on Sunday. Deputies will only take you home, not to another bar or party, just like in Belvidere. All you have to do is call the sheriff's non-emergency line. You can also find it at mystateline.com. Paying your water bill usually happens without much thought, but that wasn't the case this month for some Rockford customers. Our Nicole Delgado spoke to one resident who noticed something different. Nicole?
That's right, Mimi. It had to do with where his payment was being sent. He tells me the difference raised some concerns for him if it was a mistake or even a scam.
Rockford native Guy Spinella was paying his bills as one does every month when he noticed something different when it came to his water bill.
In this particular bill, it had an envelope that went to a totally different location. I don't know how many people might have got those envelopes to say to send it to Akron, Ohio, instead of sending it to Carroll Stream, Illinois.
When he noticed the different address, he called the city of Rockford to see if this was correct, an error, or a scam. Guy says he's glad he was paying attention.
Well, it must have affected a lot of people because, as I say, they drafted a letter, which I have here, and sent it to me, and I'm sure many other people must have gotten it also. So I don't know where the mix-up came, if it was done by the billing company that the city uses out of Carroll Stream.
In a statement, the city of Rockford said a vendor provided incorrect return envelopes for water bills and that it was just a simple mix-up. Guy tells me he wonders what happens to those who didn't catch the error.
What was the cost to the city to have to make up a new letter and mail all those letters out? How many people had to get them? What was the postage cost? I mean, it just looks like it was a lot of money. And whose fault was it? Was it the city of Rockford, or was it the vendor's fault? Why isn't it being built right here in Rockford, Illinois? And if the city doesn't have the ability to do it themselves, I would think that there'd be some local vendor that we could use, keep those tax dollars right here in Rockford.
Guy hopes this causes others to pay close attention to where they're sending their money.
It's important that the public is alert and watches these things because we're all in this together.
The city of Rockford didn't answer for comment, but made a Facebook post stating that the letter with the correct envelopes is currently being mailed out. Residents can use their own envelopes with the correct address or pay their water bill online. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Nicole. The Rockford Park District holds its annual winter break job fair. It took place at UW Health Sports Factory this afternoon. Anyone older than 16 was able to apply and interview on site. All the jobs are open for seasonal or part-time positions. Jobs range from camp counselors to lifeguards and customer service jobs.
Hoping some students come through that are looking for a job. You know, you can lock down your job for summer, you know, within the next couple of weeks here, not have to worry about it. And then come May, we'll reach back out about training. And it's just something that you won't have to worry about all second semester.
We have a link to the job openings. You can check that out in this story at mystateline.com. Even with temperatures in the 60s, a Rockford winter attraction opened up today. The snow park at Alpine Hills officially opened for the season. More than 100 visitors took to the tubing hill. Only tubing lanes were open. Skiing and snowboarding will be available later in the season. There was plenty of snow despite the warm temperatures. Opening day was supposed to happen yesterday, but maintenance issues forced the delay. Visitors we spoke with say it was worth the wait.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's like I actually, it's like a similar thing, you know, like I want to go snowboarding, but, you know, this is a little small first step in a sense. So it's a lot of fun going downhill.
I just like the thrill. I mean, I kind of wish that we could do it like there wasn't a lane because my siblings and I like to hit each other. But it's a lot of fun. Every time I go down, I keep hitting the end of it. So it's pretty fast.
Winter break hours run from 10 in the morning until 6 in the evening through New Year's Day. For about 1 million stranded travelers, the holiday travel nightmare may be coming to an end. DC's Raquel Martin has more after Southwest Airlines announced it will fly a nearly normal schedule tomorrow.
Southwest Airlines flight attendant Union Vice President Corliss King says the airline's computer scheduling system was a disaster waiting to happen.
There was a perfect storm, no pun intended.
Combine one historic winter storm, hundreds of thousands of holiday travelers, and decades-old computer technology.
We had a lot of things happen at one time. And what that did was expose the real underlying issue, which is our challenges in our technology and our inability to quickly recover.
King has worked for Southwest Airlines for 12 years and says employees have long warned company executives about the flaws in their employee scheduling system. She says the execs just didn't listen.
We're the first people to know when the operation on paper is failing, but we do not necessarily have a seat at the table.
Southwest Airlines is apologizing for the breakdown, blaming it on weather.
But for now, we're focused on restoring the reliability and level of customer experience we expect of ourselves and that you expect from us.
As of Thursday, the company says 1 in 3 of its flights are back on schedule and is promising nearly normal operations by Friday.
We're continuing the work to make this up to you.
The Department of Transportation is promising to hold the airline accountable. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says the problems at the airline were not all weather related. He says the department is working with Southwest to guarantee all impacted customers get refunds.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
A beautiful sunset as we take a live look with our Supply Corps camera here over downtown Rockford, looking to our west and southwest. Is brought to us by Window World. Just a few clouds out there this evening, enough to kind of filter out the sun as it does set there on the horizon. But our cloud cover will continue to increase tonight, and eventually this will lead to a little drizzle, maybe a brief light shower or two to our east and southeast. It was warm today. I mean, compared to where we should be, I had a high in the low 50s, and we surpassed that by quite a bit with that sunshine out there this afternoon. Made it all the way up to 61 degrees. Felt very spring-like out there, and considering this time last week, last Thursday, temperatures were dropping with that Arctic cold front. What a difference between last Thursday and this Thursday. And of course, we dealt with that deep freeze that took us into the Christmas weekend. Different story going into the new year. We've got temperatures that are still in the 50s, from 56 in Rockford, 53 now in the Pretzel City, 55 down in Dixon, and your 58 degrees down in Sterling. Winds, they stay from the south at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Continue to work up from the south and bringing that warm air up from the south. We've got a cold front to the west of us that will come in around midnight tonight, and that's where our chance for a few light showers comes to play. But once that front passes, temperatures will drop back. Not going to be nearly as cold, though, as the numbers we dealt with late last week. You've got some snow developing from the central plains into the upper Midwest. This will fade away, so no wintry weather for us as we go through these next several days. Just a little light drizzle. And the warmth, too. Notice even late tonight, that temperature in the mid-50s, so we keep with those 50s up until about midnight. So it is going to be a very warm evening, but as that cold front comes in, our numbers will then begin to drop back. Tomorrow morning, we are down in the 30s. We'll be slow to climb and then kind of drop throughout the day. We start our Friday off with cloud cover, and then we'll clear things out for the afternoon. A little more clearing taking place late Friday into Saturday. Temperatures will drop back into the 20s as high pressure moves in. Saturday, we're in and out of the cloud cover, upper 30s, low 40s, but most of the day is going to be dry. There's a small chance we might see a little wintry weather, kind of a mix or so, maybe some freezing drizzle, freezing rain late Saturday night into very early Sunday as an upper level system comes in. Temperatures will hover kind of right near that freezing mark during that time. So 35, that's where we'll end up for tomorrow morning. Again, most of tonight, or at least the evening, going to stay in the 50s, and then those temperatures, they will drop back. It's a little breezy tomorrow. Winds will be from the west and northwest, gusting to about 20 miles per hour. But the general trend, as we kind of work into the first week or so here of the new year, kind of favors that above average trend, as temperatures are likely to remain above average. But then you're also watching the potential as we get a little bit more active, especially out here to the west. Some pretty big systems coming in, and some of that may translate into parts of northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. 41 on Saturday, 43 on Sunday. Mimi, we've got a better chance for rain coming up and some heavier rainfall too, something we have to keep an eye on Monday night into Tuesday.
Now sports with sports director Scott Leber.
Forgotten in the midst of this Bears season is the fact the Bears soon won't have a team president. Ted Phillips announced in September that he's stepping down after the season. His replacement could be a guy who's already entrenched in Chicagoland, Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren. The Associated Press and ESPN are reporting that Warren is a strong candidate and that he has interviewed with the Bears. He's been the Big Ten's head man since June of 2019. He got deals done to bring USC and UCLA into the Big Ten. He also helped the conference secure a mega $7 billion TV and streaming contract. Warren's appeal to the Bears is he has more than 21 years of NFL experience. He's worked with the Rams, Lions, and the Vikings. He was the Vikings president and chief operating officer before he became Big Ten commissioner. The Bears have released a statement saying they have cast a wide net in their search for a new president, and they're looking forward to announcing who that individual will be when the time is right. The other big sports story today is the passing of soccer/football legend Pelé. He's a legend in his homeland of Brazil and around the world. He led Brazil to 3 World Cup championships between the late 1950s and early 70s. He is still the only player to have played on 3 World Cup championship teams. He was named by FIFA its Player of the Century. Pelé has been battling medical issues, most recently colon cancer. Well, Arvid Soderblom might not be back on the ice for a while for the Ice Hogs or the Blackhawks. He started last night's game but left 6 minutes into the contest. No reason was given by head coach Anders Sorensen after the game. Today, goaltender Mitchell Weeks was called up from Indy, which would indicate Soderblom is dealing with something. The star of the Ice Hogs win last night, David Gust, was named the AHL's #1 star of the night. Gust had a hat trick. He now has 17 goals and 17 assists this season. Who would have thought we'd see the day when the Ice Hogs would have 3 of the top 5 scorers in the entire American Hockey League? Most years, the Hogs haven't even had 1 in the top 5. Right now, Tucson's Michael Corcone leads the league with 42 points. Brett Sini of the Ice Hogs is tied for second with 35 points. Ice Hogs David Gust and Lucas Reichel are tied for fourth with 34 points. Very impressive. And the Fighting Illini basketball team takes the court tonight in Champaign. It'll host Bethune-Cookman. These two schools haven't met in 23 years. Holiday tournament action continues for the high schoolers. How about this play today? Jefferson's Cortez Christmas getting up for the alley-oop dunk. That was at the Hinkle Holiday Classic at Algonquin Jacobs. Christmas, yeah, that's really his last name, is a 6'4" junior. The pass was delivered by Xavier Marufo. Jefferson won this game over Streamwood 65-52. Boylan's reindeer games picked up again today for the girls. This is Boylan hosting Woodstock Marion. Maggie Schmidt couldn't finish there, but she drew the foul. Now watch this play. Schmidt inbounds. Lilia Esparza the quick two. Titans go right back inside to Esparza again. She scored 19 points. Schmidt next will fire in from deep. She scored 11 points. Elena Petalber had a big game too. She's going to hit for 3 of her 16 points. The Lady Titans defeated Woodstock Marion Central Catholic 65-49.
Our first warning interactive radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. We've got a little more cloud cover out there. Pretty mild too. Temperatures will stay in the 50s through about midnight and then drop back behind a cold front. We'll see a little drizzle, a light shower or two later this evening. Upper 30s for tomorrow, rain early next week.
All right, thanks Candace, and thanks so much for watching. Have a good evening.